Hello everyone, it's me, Webweaver, and today, welcome to World of Endless Mode, because that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play Mizuki on Harbinger of Doom with, really, I'm not entirely sure. I guess we'll just go regular, because none of these are good or, like, really viable for... Because, I mean, here's the thing. The 20 EXP that Medical History can give you can sometimes win you the game. Hunted by the Cult, the minus Doom, can sometimes win you the game. The 7th Curse, the money's nice. And Ill-Fated is just terrible. The thing is, all of these have some sort of benefit for a short game. But when you're going into Endless Mode, none of these are beneficial at all. Medical History is a permanent debuff that can really screw you over. Hunted by the Cult, you'll never get that minus Doom at all, and the unique encounters and plus Doom encounters, like the Cult's catching up plus 2% Doom, probably gonna end your run a lot sooner. The 7th Curse is just bad, and Ill-Fated is probably not what you want in Endless Mode. So we're just gonna go with World of Horror. We are gonna go with Timeline B. It doesn't really matter at all, because there are no mysteries. It's just survive as long as possible. We are going to use character-exclusive perk cards only, although I am curious. Let's see, when leveling up, the game will draw random unlocked perk cards. So here's the thing. Theoretically speaking, if this draws from every card, then this is the objective correct choice on Endless Mode. But if it has a limit, like there's a certain amount of perks it puts in your deck, then that's a problem. With that being said, we could probably, theoretically, just use, like, Last Chance or whatever it's called to heal, if we get to that point. But, I mean, all we want to do is get to level 50, so that we have all of the achievements, so let's not get crazy here. And prioritizing content does not matter at all, because that's mystery-based, so let's go. So we're gonna be switching over to Endless Mode here. And, who do we want to go with? I think that from a... Here's the thing, right? I think we probably want to go with either Ithutu or Ath, and I'll explain why Ithutu. The reason why you'd want to go with Ithutu in Endless Mode is because if you can get through the early game, where the bonus enemy damage would get you killed, then that basically means you are doing free bonus damage against the enemies. And especially with someone like Mizuki, or Aiko, or Moriko, if you get to that point where you're past the early game, then you could definitely get to a point where you are basically unable to die in combat because you will one-turn KO pretty much everything. And Ithutu speeds that up a little bit. Ath Yelazath is interesting, because it gives you more opportunities to cast spells, because every 10 floors you get minus Doom as an option. And then Guizo is probably one of the worst things that you could do, because it cripples your on-demand healing item. There's no tireless in Endless Mode. Once you leave your house, you're never coming back. And then for Kathakatasaru, you really don't want to have to deal with the spider bites constantly. So I think we're going to go with Ithutu, just because I believe that if we get past the first initial, if we get past the first initial thing, we should be relatively fine. So whatever we go into here is going to be what we have for the entire run. Police station is pretty much the only way we will consistently be able to get funds, and the dog store is probably the best store. The vending machines do have bottles, however, we can't go back to the house, so they're useless. The occult store is fun, but I don't really think we need it. So I guess we'll just stick with the dog store then, and stick with the police station, because it is the only way to consistently get money. Now, with that being said, do we want to grab the starting fund? I don't think we do. Here's the thing. it's going to be incredibly RNG reliant in order for us to get money outside of the tree. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take it, and then we're going to use the witch's tree immediately, and then we might as well see Moriko here, because it's going to make us go to the forest eventually. This is the Flesh color palette, by the way. Probably one of our least used color palettes. I mean, it's not, like, it's not Monolith bad, but it is kinda bad. Like, it's pretty, like, it's not hugely bad, it's bearable. Maybe not the best for Endless Mode, but, you know, I think it'll be fine. We just need to get to turn 50 anyways, so it shouldn't matter that much. Moriko just doesn't exist, by the way. There she is. Okay, so now, there is no lighthouse. there is no meme. And, yeah, so, Endless Mode. So we will, Mizuki will never be able to not be a member of the skeleton crew. So for those of you who have never seen Endless Mode before, it's essentially, you have an objective, there's no threat level, for whatever reason. I don't know if that means it's max or not, but, I mean, the tab's there, and it seems to change based on where we go, but, you know, I don't think it really matters that much. So how you progress... Oh, that's terrible. So how you progress through Endless Mode is it says turn 0. Every time you go to this little circle right here, that means that you get, whatchamacallit, you get the, you pass a turn. And so you can go in between the police station to constantly refresh the circle, but when you're not on Yagathag, it doesn't really matter. We shall help the dog. We will always help the dog. And now we're on... I wish the fish didn't look like that. You and me both, buddy. I just read Yo like a few nights ago. We will take fondest memory, we will correct it, and we will go back to the tree as soon as we can. That's not hugely bad. There are a lot worse things out there. We will probably... We want a weapon, and we'll just... The thing about Mizuki is that she needs fame, and then any weapon in the game will work. And so we just want to level up as quickly as possible. Now, every 10 turns, which is every 10 investigations, 10 proper investigations, is when we will have the opportunity... Oh, hello there, dog. Thank you for joining us. We will have the opportunity to pick a bonus. Now, there is the medical kit, minus Doom, and then... Oh, this is actually... I kind of forgot about upcoming exhibition. That's pretty bad. But basically, the idea is that we want to... I'll show you when we actually... We got 3 more clicks to go until I can show you, but we have minus Doom... We have a medical kit, which basically allows you to heal injuries. It does not heal you, it allows you to heal injuries. And then I think there's, like, occasionally just, like, a heal, but I could be wrong. Let's see what we got here. So we could get an item, we could get a medical kit, or we could get a spell. So it is kind of randomized. I think we'll take an item. Camera is, I mean, it's pretty bad, but, like, not horrible. So you're not guaranteed Doom, which kind of sucks, but, minus Doom. I think that you probably, like, I don't play Endless Mode enough to really know, but I do feel like that's probably something you should have the option of taking, because I feel like that's pretty important. We will take the luck check there, and, we're just going. So, there is an achievement for getting to turn 30, there's an achievement for getting to turn 40, and there's an achievement for getting to turn 50. This run has been an absolute disaster just right off the bat, and I'm gonna be honest with you, we're probably not going to make it past turn 20. We are not. We could not get a level up before essentially being in a situation where we're gonna die. We got pretty unlucky with just events in general, and, you know, sometimes it do go that way. So we'll get a little risky here, just for the sake of... I mean, we actually can't... I mean, we're gonna dodge and actually, like, juke it, which is amazing, but the most that we can do in a turn is 9, which is not good enough at all. We could yeah, that's about it. We could also do 8 a turn, but that's not really that good. So I think we'll just do this. Don't push our luck, and then I guess we'll dodge again. This is unfortunately just that's how this is gonna go. We've never actually done endless mode before, and I think it might probably be better to play as Aiko. But I do believe that Mizuki, she can go infinitely. And I think it's at least worth a shot, I think. Obviously, if you're just doing this for... We'll go with Athia-Lazath this time. Because something that this is a much better starting ally, by the way, Ryoko. But something that I did realize is that when you... pick Ithutu, you do still actually get you do still get Doom from unique events, right? Like, the reason why I was kind of leaning against Athia-Lazath is because Athia-Lazath has a couple of Doom events, but so does Ithutu, so it's like it kind of balances itself out. Skin removal is usable, because it takes 4% Doom to cast. But other than that, I mean, it's not great. Like, it's not, I wouldn't recommend it at all. So we'll just go to the tree, we'll go get money, and then we'll go to the dog store, and we will buy, I think I want to buy a compass, but I do kind of want to buy a weapon. But I think the compass, I think we need to level up as soon as possible. I'm doing this purely because we have skin removal. I would really like to be able to get Jar of Blood as soon as possible, so that we can maybe sell the bottle of water, perhaps, and then, I mean, that works for me, right? We get the bottle of water, we drink it, we sell it, we head back to the dog. There is no compass. There it is. There is no meme, die. And we're on our way. So turn 3, 15% Doom. That's not very good. Trauma is... I mean, minus 10 max health is actually, like, not hugely bad, but it kinda does sting a little bit more when you are on an endless mode. Do we want to... I don't know if I want to get injured here, so we will take minus reason, although this is really bad, because it's like... Wait, I bought a compass twice, what? Oh no, what am I doing? I'm not paying attention, I do apologize for that. So we'll just keep going. I mean, we're gonna die from events again anyways, so it doesn't really matter, but... it's kind of funny that I bought another compass. I mean, hey, it's a weapon, we can throw it. We're not actually gonna throw it. I really don't want to lose EXP. Like, I really don't. Check out the masks, Kurakosa mask, I mean, it's cool, I guess. So spell, medical kit, item, we'll take an item. We can use it to gain 2 funds, then we can sell the compass, then we can go down to the dog and buy a steak knife. All's right with the world. 21% Doom is a little scary. Turn 10. So, theoretically speaking, you know, we're in a... I mean, we haven't gotten into a fight yet, which, I mean, you know, I'm kind of barking up the tree purposely here because I want EXP, because Mizuki's subpar stat line is getting us absolutely annihilated on the early game stat checks. We haven't even gone to the police station yet to ask for, whatchamacallit, to ask for, oh my god, to literally, like, ask for less enemies. We just haven't encountered a single enemy yet, which sucks, by the way, because we were at 7-7, and that's pretty good to fight an enemy at. Now, we're at, like, disaster range, where it's like, oh yeah, you know, we vibe, we exist, I guess. And so Mind Drain is objectively worse than skin removal, so we can just get rid of it. I don't know why Mind Drain exists. Finally, we have a very bad... an enemy that you don't want to fight. Like, an enemy that's very bad for you to fight. Also, I'd like to point out that we don't really have a good line here. I mean, we can do 8 damage, and then we have to... I mean, good lord. Like, we're gonna have to skin removal, and we're gonna have to, like, take 3 stamina damage, which is not good, by the way. I mean, we could just die, so instead, you can nail 2 more dolls down. So let's just do that. We can still die, theoretically, but I don't think we're gonna see a stamina cadaver very often. So, remember, this is the enemy who cancels your actions. So hold on, can we get desperate here? So we will be doing 7 damage per hit here. So we can do 14 damage. So hold on, let's just buy time. And then just try to get him down to... Just try to get him... did I say 17 damage? I'm sorry, I meant 14. Just try to get him down to a more... a better spot. Okay, so we can Desperation, we can Prep, and then... Uh-oh, we're in a little bit of trouble here, aren't we? Because we can only guarantee a maximum of 9 damage. We would have to... Because, I mean, let's see, we can do 12 here, but that gets canceled. We could do... I mean, I just think, like, we've got a line here, and we should take it. So we can Prep, Desperation, Stab. And there we're good. So we can take Stamina, Reason, or Fun. So obviously we take Stamina here. We still haven't gotten minus Doom. I kind of admittedly forgot that it is totally like a random reward. And that kind of sucks, not gonna lie. So we'll take more Dexterity just so that we're not hopeless here. And we'll try to recruit. So you can only get... you can only get the students... You can only... So, how I understand it is if you have no allies, you can get 3 students. If you have 1 ally, you can get 2 students. If you have 2 allies, you can get 1 student, etc., etc. So we could get rid of, like, the luck student and then try our hand with one of these. So let's hope student D is good. +1 dexterity, you love to see it. Okay. So now we just have to survive 10 more turns and hope we get Doom. Not having the monument sucks, but, you know, I mean, you gotta... Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. So this is looking a lot more promising. We want to get into as many fights as possible, probably. Mainly because we're in a spot where we need to fight. Because we need EXP so that we can... I mean, theoretically... So this is a 90% chance to hit. I'll take it. I don't like it, but I'll take it. And then we'll go down into Desperation range. And we can... Actually, do we even need to do this? Can we just do something like... Yes, wait. That'll do 9. What am I thinking? I mean, that's... I don't really like this. I don't really like this at all. I don't want to rely on an 80% chance. We could throw the Kurikosa mask. That would get us there, so we will. And then we can just Desperation and then prep that, and we're good to go. So yeah, we're just kind of existing. We're just kind of vibing. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing all right. You know, we just kind of vibing. I guess this is a good time to say that, so I've kind of settled on a schedule. Oh, this is actually a great enemy, by the way. I'm thinking that for the Fallout New Vegas streams, we're just gonna do, we're gonna do, one stream on Saturday, and then we're gonna do another stream on Sunday. So we're gonna do it twice a week on the weekends. I think that's a good time that works for me. And I think that it's actually, like, Sunday will be a little bit awkward because I imagine a lot of people probably won't be able to watch it late. But, I mean, I need to do it, like, the only days that really work for me to stream consistently, mind you, not, like, if it's, impromptu, then I could do more frequent streaming, but I think that that's, I don't really know if I want to do impromptu streaming, right? Because the most important thing about being a content creator, whether you're doing it for a hobby or a job, and if you're trying to become an aspiring content creator, specifically like YouTube or Twitch is probably the most relevant for this, is that you... Okay, so this is a glitched enemy, so we can only do 5 actions. But, you know, is that a schedule is very important. So, when you are, like, going to... So, like, it will be better for me, and technically for you, because it means that more people have a chance of actually watching it, which is, you know, the point of uploading videos, is so that people can watch them, is if they're consistent, right? Like, if I stream twice a week on the weekends, yeah, it's like, you know, it would be nicer if we had more Fallout content, sure, but, so we're gonna get at least 1 achievement, so that's nice. Oof. Oh no. Item, medical kit, spell. I mean, we'll take spell so that we can forget it, and then we'll go rest at home a couple times, I guess, but, when you know, so if I were to, like, stream Fallout New Vegas whenever I could, right? What would end up happening is you wouldn't be able to see it as often, because YouTube wouldn't recommend it to you, because the algorithm is very consistent focused. If you upload, like, probably one of the only reasons you're able to, like, see this YouTube video in your feed or whatever is probably because I upload every day. I upload consistently. So the YouTube algorithm is like, it's time to recommend, you know, Web's video. And so that's probably the only reason you can see this video right now, is because I do it every day. And so if I were to stream Fallout New Vegas whenever I wanted to, or whenever I could, it would be good for, like, people who were, like, you know, really into it, but that would only be, like, 3 or 4, maybe 5 people, you know, because which, I mean, maybe that would be, I mean, I'm not entirely sure what the logistics of it are completely, but I do know that, like, consistency over everything else is what the YouTube algorithm wants, and so that's what I'm gonna give it. And it also, like, another thing is that it's great for me to actually be on a schedule. I like being on a schedule. So, oh, 90% chance missed. You hate to see it. So we did get 1 achievement, and I guess I don't know if I want to do... Here's the thing, we're gonna cheat a little bit, and we're gonna play Moriko, just because it, like, it takes so long to level up without the 30 EXP from, whatchamacallit. It takes so long to level up without the 30 EXP from completing the mystery that we'll cheat a little bit, play Moriko, get the easy 50 dub, and then never come back to this mode. Oh no, we're playing on default mode, no! But, yeah. So, I feel like that if the goal, I mean, you kind of have to think of what your goal is, right? Like, if the goal is as many people can see the video, then what you should do is you should do it consistently and on a schedule. And so that's kind of what I decided to do for Fallout New Vegas. It's the weekends, and I think that's good enough. Because, I mean, here's the thing. Like, compared to World of Horror, maybe you're not getting a lot of Fallout New Vegas content, but you're still getting, like, you're still gonna get, like, 4 to 6 hours of New Vegas content a week, which is a lot of content. It's almost 1 hour for every day of the week. Like, if I could do, like, a 4-hour live stream and a 4-hour live stream and a 3-hour live stream, that would be 1 hour for every day of the week. So, you know, it's not like, I think it's a good strategy. What's like the classic Moriko outfit? Like, what's the Morike? Is Morike just like the best one? But, I mean, it's like, yeah, so that's kind of the strategy that we're going with for the New Vegas live stream, is like, the more consistently we do it, the overall better it is for the channel. And I mean, I think that it's generally better for like 90% of the people who are interested in watching the New Vegas stream. Like, there are some people who, there's like maybe 2 or 3 people who might want to watch it as frequently as possible, but, you know, it's not like, I don't know, I think it's an interesting discussion to have, and admittedly, I don't really know, because I don't have, I mean, I'm making content creator friends. You know, we got Joey, we've got we got Joey. I'm still trying to get you know, a fellow content creator by the name of SV Maisie. He does a lot of Minecraft stuff, and you know, I've talked to him in the back channel for a while. He's pretty cool. It's just that we have wildly different schedules, and so it's a little bit weird to try to organize. And then I said I would be up for it. I didn't get a follow through, so I'm not entirely sure. So I'm not gonna say their name, because I don't want somebody to be weird about it, but I did say I was pseudo invited. It was like I was at everyone, and it was like, hey, do you want to do this thing? And it was like anybody could respond, and I said, yeah, I'd be down to do it. Money, reason, stamina. Oh, wait, oh! You can always choose Doom, can't you? It's that button over there. Oh, I'm a stupid idiot. Please disregard the things that I say, because I'm a stupid person, but I did say I would be down to do it, and it was I I don't know if you've heard of it. It's just an incredibly popular format that gets, like, tens of millions of views when done by popular people. But, you know, I was invited to, well, you know, I explained it. It was an at everyone. I was free to respond. I did respond, and the person who's setting it up was like, hey, you know, that might be fun. So I might get into, like, a Minecraft manhunt style thing, where I'm trying to chase somebody. If you haven't heard of it, it's a pretty popular style of Minecraft video, but if you haven't heard of it, it's essentially, the idea is that you have, hi, Billy Mays here. Essentially, the idea is that you have a number of people trying to hunt down and kill a speedrunner, or at least somebody who is significantly better than you at Minecraft. So it's multiple people working together to kill a single person, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, I'm not the best at Minecraft. I'm okay at Minecraft. I'm much better at modded Minecraft, because it's what I play a lot. If I don't have my Draconic Staff of Power, though, I don't really know what I'm doing. And anyways, that could be fun. You know, I'm trying to do stuff in the back channel, but, you know, schedules exist. This is a glitched enemy, by the way, so don't even bother with, like, half the stuff I was about to do there. We'll probably just want to, like, do that? No, hold on. Do this? Okay, wait. 95%. Okay, we can make this a 100% chance and then a 70% chance. This is exactly 5, so we should be fine. right? Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. That's fine. So we'll just keep doing this. Although that doesn't really work. We probably should have braced for impact at some point, but I think it'll be fine. We do have the Curious Statuette, which is interesting. It's giving us bonus knowledge. Deft Handling's fantastic. Probably just put a point in Perception, and then we're on our way. So turn 15, 25% Doom. I mean, you see how... I mean, you immediately see how different this is. Threat of Fate, by the way, instantly kill Akamanto if he existed. Imagine if in Endless Mode you could just come across Anatomy Horror! It's a ghost mannequin. Imagine if you could just come across bosses randomly. That would be pretty crazy. So unfortunately, even with... Deft Handling is for firearms only. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. So anyways, we're just gonna do this. We're gonna go down to 6-6, and then... we're gonna just win, so who cares? But we actually could have just attacked once there, right? Because it would have been an 8, and then we just finish it off there. So we could have done maybe something a little bit more creative there. But I think that when you're playing as Moriko with a bonus damage and Deft Handling, you kind of don't really... You can kind of turn your brain off a little bit. Like, I mean, obviously we need to brace for impact here because Gigolo scares me, but... You know, like, you can kind of turn your brain off. You don't really have to worry about it too much. So, I'm trying to make stuff happen in the back channel because I think it would be fun to do more collaboratory stuff. But, I mean, honestly, just the biggest problem, and I think that a lot of people, and admittedly, you know, I think that... I mean, I think this is a perfectly fair thing to say, is the fact that I think a lot of people are just kind of like, they don't, and I'm not talking about anybody in specific here, but it's just organizing people in general is very difficult to do. And it's not something that, like, nobody is, like, that's ideally what I want to do, is get, like, a small group of, like, streamers or YouTubers or whatever. I want to get us, like, on some sort of schedule where we can kind of meet up on a day of the week and just record some videos, because that would be fun. But, you know, that requires a lot of effort, because, I mean, it's pretty, like, crazy trying to manage. Like, I've gotten Among Us lobbies going. Oh my god. I've gotten Among Us lobbies going, and, I mean, it's not easy to do that. You know what I mean? So we take her down to... I mean, we want to do this. We were just unlucky. I mean, I think... Hold on. We have Desperation. That'll probably set us straight. So if we just do that... Yeah, because we can't... We have to rely on a 90% chance, unfortunately. But that worked out. We would have been horrendously unlucky if we got owned by that. Let's get ourselves out of the danger zone real quick, mainly because we have pretty decent Doom right now for how far we are in. We will check them later because we really don't want to attract the attention of something truly evil. That would be very stupid to do in a mode where you're constantly going to events and that you could get owned at. But, yeah. So, this is... I mean, yeah, might as well, right? Let's go. Ritsoko-chan is slain. Back into the pit. Thou art slain. So, I mean, that's just... I think that's honestly probably the hardest part about being a content creator is... Well, it's one of the hardest parts. There are other difficult parts, but, probably the hardest part is that when you're a smaller channel like I am, one of the best things that you can do is just kind of meet people and collaborate, share audiences, and, like, you know, you can kind of lift each other up, and getting a small group of people together is, like, one of the best ways to go. And so it's ooh, art knowledge. A little art knowledge is a treat. Just pump up that perception. She cannot be stopped. No matter what you try, she cannot be stopped. But let's see. So spell, medical kit, item. I mean, we'll just take Doom. That's minus 2% Doom and +2/+2 on healing. You want to just enter here and get owned by the thing? Whatchamacallit? Boreal Expanse? Admittedly, this is not the Boreal Expanse. So yeah, that's something that exists. I would like to point out that, like, Moriko's perk Daddy Girl is completely worthless here. Yeah, let's just go. Like, who cares? Let's just, this is, you love to see this. This is so fantastic. 190% chance. I mean, we couldn't even kill there, but it's still fun. Free shovel for throwing. You love it. We're probably gonna make it to 50. I have a relatively good feeling about this, but, yeah, no, I think that, it's very interesting. Like, it might be boring for some of you at home, but I feel like it's very interesting to talk about, like, content creator stuff, because it's very, it's a very underrated aspect of this, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like, again, I wouldn't say that it's, like, I mean, here's the thing, difficult is, I mean, that's just a matter of willpower, I suppose. Like, if any one of us, including myself, right? Like, if any one of us, like, sat down and was like, I want to get the group together to play a game, and I want to make it clear, like, these are just people that I'm reaching out to and have shown interest in it. It's not like, you know, we are a group and we just can't get together. It's like, it hasn't gotten that far yet. But what I did want to say is, it's like, you know, if you were, like, determined, you could, like, sit down and be like, all right, let's get people together to try to figure out a schedule. But, you know, everybody's got their own circumstances, and everybody's like, I'm busy. Like, if I've been pretty busy recently, so if, like, when I have an opportunity to reach out, I will, but, you know, if everybody's busy, then you just occasionally trade messages, and it's like, you know, if one of us wanted to, like, sit down and, like, brute force, it's the wrong word, but it kind of gets across what I'm trying to say, is it's like, yeah, somebody could probably be like, all right, let's sit down and get this done, but, you know, it's a big ask. I don't think that's an unreasonable statement to say. So, just 10 more floors and then we're done with this incredibly cursed playthrough. You take it home. Well, joke's on you, game. We'll never go home. Ever. We will never go home ever again. Moriko is going to be eternally wandering the streets of Shiikawa, beating down eldritch monstrosities. Mainly for the sole purpose of the fact that, she's incapable of going home. And also, she's incapable of... Oh, we rolled a natural 12 on trying to get the katana. That's sad. That's painful, actually. That's very painful. Both Ammo Stash and Daddy's Girl are completely worthless, but being guaranteed to get deft handling is just actually too good. I'm gonna stand by that. But yeah, we're probably gonna get there. I mean, we'd have to be horribly unlucky and tempt fate at the same time to try to make that happen. But, yeah, no, I mean, it's, like, obviously I'm not trying to put anybody on blast. Like, absolutely not. It's just that it's an interesting thing to talk about, although I admit it may be boring. But we are on endless mode, so it's like, you know, we can have, boring discussions. But no, I think it's generally pretty interesting to think about, because it's something that, I mean, it's something that barely gets talked about, right? Like, when people are talking about, like, oh, becoming a small content creator, they talk about how it's like, you know, oh, you have, I don't want to die here, so let's rest up. You know, they talk about, like, audio quality, video quality, and all of those things are important, of course, but they never really, and some people will talk about content. Oh, oh, I just remembered something. I am like a criminal on the small YouTubers, like, subreddit thingy, because I mean I'm like a degenerate because I was reading one of their pinned posts about what to do for, like, advertising your content, right? And one of the things that they say is you should never, ever use... And I think that this is objectively wrong, by the way, because again, I'm not trying to put anybody on blast, but I just think it's generally wrong advice, in my own personal experience, is that they basically, like, look to YouTubers who are already popular and then doing things that are maximizing their algorithm abilities, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that, and I think that, I mean, I don't think we have enough time to have an in-depth conversation about this, but, you know, there's a difference between me playing by the YouTube algorithm's rules so that people can actually, like, watch me play, you know, Fallout New Vegas. But, because if I did it inconsistently, the only people who would see the stream are people who have notifications turned on. And, I mean, I can tell you from my own experience from subscribing to people, and I can tell you from my own YouTube analytics, most people don't have the notification bell turned on. Which is not wrong. That's perfectly fine. Most of the people who watch my videos do so from their YouTube recommendations, which is one of the reasons why I want to stick to such a strict schedule, because that's what helps with doing. I mean, that's what helps with people actually seeing the videos. But that's besides the point at the moment. What these, like, small YouTube things do is they basically, one of them was a pinned post that I was reading about thumbnails and video titles, and I am breaking every single rule in that post, because, and I mean, admitted, oh no, just forget Thread of Fate like a boss. So we can get an item, a medical kit, a spell. We'll take 5% Doom, and then we'll rest up to go to 3. Just, we're gonna die soon, but that's perfectly fine. Is that one of the things... oh no. One of the things that they say is that, one, don't use... Well, actually, it might be fun to pull it up real quick. But because I don't actually remember what the first one was, but I remember what the second one was, and that is, don't use episode numbers in the title. Like, don't say episode, like, 20 or 30 or whatever, and they give, like, an example of somebody's The Witcher Let's Play. r/small YouTubers. I want to actually, like, helping small YouTubers... Is this the one? No, this is a different one. Is this it? Small YT channels? No, it's not. This is a bit weird. Small YouTuber. Nope, that's not it either. YouTube. I'm just gonna search up YouTube thumbnail, and we're gonna see what we got here. Annoying YouTube thumbnail starter pack. That's not what I wanted. Where on earth did I find this thing? Let's see. Let me search for small YouTuber Reddit. I swear that this thing is real, and I actually read it. Small YouTube channels? Is this correct? Why are there so many of them? Added the quality content filter. Oh no. Small YouTubers. I swear this is something real that I read. But it was a pinned post about how YouTube thumbnails worked. And it was like, don't put episode numbers in your title, it turns off new viewers, which is kind of true. But at the same time, it's like, you cannot do what I'm doing without episode numbers, I'm sorry. And if it's something like, and I mean, here's the thing, they use The Witcher as an example, which it's like, if somebody's like Let's Playing an RPG, you definitely want episode titles. And the example, the example that they use is, the example that they use as a good thumbnail and video title is, and I hugely disagree with this, is they use, I believe it's RT Game, the guy who does, like, the Planet Coaster stuff and, like, the Tycoon stuff, and they basically use him as an example because he's like, he doesn't put titles in the... He doesn't put episode numbers in his thumbnails. He doesn't put episode numbers in his title. It's just the video's name. And listen, that's fine for, like, a meme video that's, like, you don't have to watch his Tycoon videos in order because they're all, like, little self-contained stories. Like, in one of them, he, like, floods, you know, he like, digs a trench, builds a city in it, and then he floods it. While playing, like, Take Me Home, Country Road, West Virginia, right? You don't need an episode number for that because it's a self-contained story. But if you're watching, like, a Let's Play or a playthrough, not being able to see an episode number is pretty silly. And I think that, I mean, I can't believe that it's so... Lavish dinner, we get a long pig steak, guaranteed? Huh. Well, that's a little bit weird. It's a very, very strange friend. Not cool. Very cringe. But nah, like... hunger, who cares? But, like, it makes sense why you would want, like, a flashy and catchy video title for... You know, for, like... something that's a self-contained story, because then it doesn't really matter, right? We're dead, by the way. It was fun. Or we're not, because sudden death doesn't work here? No, yes, it does. But, you know, and for something like this, like World of Horror, technically, I think that if you made it a much smaller series, you wouldn't need episode numbers. But, because we've been going on for so long... and this is a roguelite, I don't think there's anything wrong with putting an episode number. Because it would be a nightmare without an episode number. Like you'd have to look at the dates and compare them and, like, the upload dates to sort episodes. That would be really stupid. And so, I just think that, I mean, with YouTube, like, there is a significant luck factor to becoming, like, a huge YouTuber. But if you're just trying to, like, steadily rise... I think it's very unhealthy for your channel to basically try to copy everything that the bigger YouTubers do, because chances are you don't have, and maybe this is a little bit rude, but chances, I mean, it applies to me as well, so, I mean, I don't know if it's self-deprecation or not, but chances are you don't have necessarily the, I mean, I shouldn't say quality, but you don't necessarily have the experience or the production value of somebody who is capable, or I should say experience, right? Is you don't have the experience of somebody who is used to working in the algorithm and exploiting it and has done so successfully, if that makes sense. When you're a small YouTuber, you need to focus on consistency and building up a fan base, because like, here's the thing, a lot of people want to be, like, the next, like, huge YouTuber, right? They want to be the next, like, gets 10 million subscribers in, like, 3 months person. But the thing is, you don't need to do that to have a career, right? If you get, and this is true for pretty much any sort of, like, crowdsourcing thing, whether it be, like, art or music or videos or commentary, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's some sort of thing where you rely on, internet strangers to give you your livelihood, you only really need a niche. You need a niche audience that is dedicated to what you're doing, right? And so, if you're a small content creator, even if you're not doing video, your priority should just be getting a fan base that cares about you, that is, it doesn't really matter the size. You just get people who are invested in your content, And then that is, like, that's the best thing that you could want. That's the best thing that you could ask for. And if you play your cards right, and, you know, this isn't something that's relevant to me particularly because I'm doing this as a hobby, but if you are trying to do this as a career, then what you could do is you could transition from having, like, say, like, let's say you have, like, 100 or 200, like, really dedicated subscribers who are, like, really into whatever you do. That's enough to live off of if you're smart. And so if you get, like, because, I mean, think of it this way. If you open up a Patreon and you get 100 people donating to that Patreon, that's huge, right? Like, that's, like, depending on how much they're donating, that could be, like, well, admittedly, maybe 100 people is an understatement, but if you get people, if you get, like, more realistically, I'd say 1,000. If you get, like, 1,000 people who are, like, really into what you do, then you could live off of that for the rest of your life, if you're smart enough. And you could make your career off of those 1,000 people, maybe even, like, 500 people, depending on how into your content they are. And that's something that, like, you know, you could do as a musician or an artist or whatever. It's just, at the end of the day, I think people are too obsessed with the idea of, like, oh, I gotta become the next, alright, don't bully me here, alright? I'm trying to think of, like, modern popular YouTubers, right? Because, you know, back in my day, the biggest YouTubers were, like, the horror, the horror, Let's Players, right? You know, your Markipliers, your Jacksepticeye's, that sort of thing. Those were the big people who threw around the weight back then, you know? But in today's day and age, it's more like your, oh god, I know Dream, alright? I know Dream. My friend showed me the Minecraft Manhunt video. So I know Dream, I know, like, yeah, you know, something like your Dreams, your Corpse Husbands, those sorts of things. Like, those are the heavy hitters nowadays, right? Your, trying to think of, like, people who play Among Us. Like, your Valkyrays? I see her on Twitter a lot. I think she's got, like, 1 million followers. You know, like those people, right? Like, your Corpse Husbands, your Valkyrays, your Dreams, those people. And I think that, first of all, I don't think you want to become that person. Like, I think that becoming that popular is something that not a lot of people, like, a lot of people would be like, man, if I was famous, that would be so cool. That, I don't think you actually want that. If you just get, like, a small audience of, like, and I mean a small audience, quote unquote, of, like, 1,000 people, like 1,000 or 2,000 people, that's something that you could live off of as a career, as an online content creator. But, you know, I think that, I mean, I don't know where I'm really going with this. I'm just kind of spouting nonsense that, like, look, I've been on the platform and I've been interested in YouTube stuff, and I've been paying attention to it for probably about 6 years. So, I mean, I'm not clueless about what I'm talking about, but, you know, I've never been in that sort of, like, upper echelon, if you will. So, I don't exactly know what I'm talking about. I'm making educated guess statements on sort of how I've experienced things. So anyways, thank you so much for putting up with my ramblings. I hope you're all staying safe out there. And, yeah, to reiterate, Fallout New Vegas will be on the weekends, so that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it a lot. I mean, I was actually, like, I was really considering, like, streaming Fallout New Vegas on Monday and Tuesday, but I was like, you know, I should stick to a schedule, because not only is that good for the YouTube algorithm, but it's actually just good for, like, people watching it, because it gives people something to expect and something to plan for if they're interested in watching it. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're staying safe out there. I'll see you on the next episode of World of Horror. It was a long video. I cry for the poor AMD encoder, because it is nowhere near as fast as the Chad NVEC. But anyways, yeah, bye. Have a good one. Stay safe. Bye.